Good morning, everyone. I hope all of you out there are having a good day. The latest entry into my video journal. Today is Wednesday, January 16th, 2025, and it's about 10:30 in the morning. Um, After the first night sleeping in my home, first night home from the hospital, and I can report that I slept really well. I feel absolutely great. Um, I did have to wake up about every other hour to go to the bathroom, which is normal because for the past almost 2 years, I had no kidneys, therefore, no ability to produce urine. So during that time, my bladder has shrunk. And so right now, my bladder is slowly going through the process of kind of inflating. And so that's why I have to go to the bathroom roughly every 1 to 2 hours. And so that's normal. And it's common when I stand up after sitting down for a while, I immediately feel an urge to go to the bathroom. So, no problem. That's to be expected. Um, there's a lot of medications, anti rejection drugs I have to take, but I'll make a separate video illustrating that. It isn't hard, it's not a big deal, nothing to panic over. And when I take my medications for this morning, I have my alarm set for noon, 4 p.m., because there's 4 different times during the day I have to take meds, 8 a.m., noon, evening, 4 p.m. ish, and at bedtime. Not hard. I have an appointment Thursday tomorrow morning, and let's see. Pardon, check that. Today is Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. So check that. Yeah, wait, today is Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. And I do have an appointment tomorrow morning, Thursday, 7 a.m. They're going to draw blood, check it, see how things are looking. From there, from that blood check, they're going to determine whether or not I should come home and do dialysis. So today I'm not doing any dialysis. They said don't worry about it. Um, Now, from the surgery, I have gained 20 pounds. 20 pounds. And they say that is normal. And as the kidney wakes up and begins to function more, my body weight will drop. I do notice my legs are bigger, like my feet are a little bigger. And I noticed something immediately yesterday when I got home, and when I walked up the stairs, it felt heavy because I'm carrying 20 more pounds of body weight. And going up walking up the stairs, and so that was interesting. So, but the body weight will slowly shed, and I have this little booklet they gave me. They want me to every day when I wake up weigh myself, which overnight I've lost a few pounds. That's good because every other hour last night I had to wake up and use the bathroom. So I'm slowly shedding, and that was probably a good bit. So I lost a few pounds overnight, and because if I'm not mistaken, yesterday morning at the hospital I was 81.3, or like it might have been 82. Can't remember. But this morning my body weight is 80.3 kilograms. And so this little journal here, they want me to enter my body weight, my temperature in the morning, my blood pressure in the morning, and I have to do it again, my temperature and blood pressure in the evening. So I'm going to write it in this little book, but I've also downloaded an app that can keep track of this. And so there's lots of apps. And so I did that. So I'll keep track of them in this book and the app. But anyways, so I got to bring this with me. So every appointment I go to, I have to bring all my medications, and because they'll make sure I have them well organized, and we want to double check, triple check, quadruple check. So I'm going to double check. They're going to double check. And so for the next 4 weeks, I'm going to go every Tuesday and Thursday morning. They're going to draw blood, check, and evaluate, and tell me whether or not I should do dialysis. So that's a good thing. Now, even though I have a kidney, and I've been on a renal diet for the past 3.5 years, just because I have a new kidney, you don't want to go out and just get a pizza. Not advisable. I mean, I know some people could be excited, but I'm still on a renal diet for the time being. Man, it's not a problem. I'm used to it. And so I had my breakfast this morning, and well, if I got home from the hospital yesterday, it was about 3:15 in the afternoon, and so I already had breakfast and lunch at the hospital. So I ate my normal dinner, renal diet dinner last night, and it was about 8 ounces of ground meat mixed with rice and gravy and some vegetables in it, small bowl, and I was full. And so this morning I got up, had my coffee like normal, and an apple with 4 hard-boiled eggs, and that's my breakfast. And I'll have a lunch later, probably about 3 o'clock. I have a lunch there, and but I'll basically stick to my diet. And I have this menu here. I took it from the hospital. This is the room service menu. And see, this is the renal diet menu. And so there's 3 different menus at the hospital. They have the liquid menu, which I ordered from the day after the surgery. I had 3 liquid meals, and then I didn't get sick, no bad reactions. So I graduated up to the renal diet menu. And then the normal menu, they have the liquid diet, the renal diet, and just the normal menu. So this is the renal diet menu. I took it home with me, and this is a good guide to have. There's a good bit of things on there, and a little bit here on the back. So I imagine if you call the hospital and ask for one of these, they'd give it to you. And it's a good guide to have. You can take it to the grocery store, use it as kind of like a shopping list, like, oh, okay, I like this, I'll try that. And so I think that's a good idea, this renal diet menu. And so I took this home with me. And but as far as how I feel right now, my body feels so relaxed, very, very relaxed. And I don't feel tense. And prior to this transplant, my body always felt a bit anxious. Like whenever I would wake up, it's like boom, I was just wired up. But now, when I wake up now, I kind of like just slowly, just kind of like drift up, and it feels so good. It takes a couple of minutes for my body to kind of wake up. And but last night, throughout the night, when I did have to wake up every other hour to pee, it didn't feel bad. My body felt good, and I went and peed, came back, lied down, fell right back asleep, no issues. And that was the issue I had pre-transplant. Just I'd, eventually I'd fall asleep, but when I woke up, it was just so hard to go back to sleep. And so, and that was a big problem in the hospital. Um, they had to come into my room at the top of every hour and get my vitals. And when they came in, I think I mentioned this in a previous entry. They turn on the lights. They got to check my temperature, blood pressure. This little, it's like an oxygen they put on my finger sensor, and it would be hard for me to fall back asleep. And I think part of it because when they turn on the lights, it's really bright in the room. Versus here at home, when I wake up at night and go to the bathroom, it's totally dark. I just have a couple of night lights so I can see where I'm walking, but it's still dark. The bright lights don't. There's no bright lights to wake me up. So um, that's why probably I slept well last night because of the 3 nights in the hospital, not really sleeping well from all the disturbance. So, but as far as right now, um, I feel great. And if you notice, I don't know if you've watched any of my past video entries, but for the past 3 days, beginning Sunday, Monday, and yesterday, I had the hiccups really bad. And it was very difficult for me to hold my breath and try to get rid of them because the hiccups were so strong. I mean, I hold my breath and they were still just hitting me. And so every now and then I was able to get the hiccups to stop for an hour or two, give me a little bit of relief. And but there was times it's like I was in a boxing match and getting punched, and there was nothing I could do about it. And so that is kind of hard to deal with. But Wednesday, January 15th, 2025, so far, no hiccups. And I guess, knock on wood, huh? That's what they say. But I feel great, man. I got up, I shaved, and I feel real good. I still have the soreness in the lower abdominal, and not major. I feel it when I get up and walk around, so I'm still walking gingerly. And now they want me to have a caretaker around me 24/7, and I get it. So technically, right now, I'm alone in my condo because I don't see the need for my wife to stay home from work. She could have, but she just left a few minutes ago to go to work, and she'll be back at 3 o'clock. She only works part time, and we plan to go to the grocery store. I'm gonna take this menu with me and buy a few things, and so I'll wear a mask when I'm in the grocery store. And with today being Wednesday, there aren't many people in the grocery store. Grocery stores are busy on weekends when people are off work, and so but I won't touch anything. I just walk with her, and I probably won't even stand with her at the checkout line. I'll just say, okay, I'm gonna go wait in the car and just not touch anything. Just point, and she'll pick it up. And because right now I'm in a time where I'm very prone to an infection, so every time I go out and come back home, I need to wash my hands frequently. So every time I use the bathroom, wash my hands. And so, but maybe I'm overly optimistic, but I don't see myself getting an infection. And so, um, but yes, I'm alone in my condo right now, but I have other caretakers, like my neighbor on this side and that side. They signed up to be a caretaker. And so this guy works from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., but this guy, he's home all day. he works from his home. He's like a does sales, like he wears like this headset and earphones, and he's always on the phone. He works on his computer, and he does some kind of like audio sales, and that's how he makes his living. And so he's always home, and he's kind of like a technical support guy. And I have another neighbor. He lives in the opposite building of me. He's a retired guy, and he's home all day. I can call him anytime. He can be here in 5 minutes. And my neighbor here who works from home, he can be here in 60 seconds if I have any issues. And so I'm alone in here, this room, but I have quick access to help if by some chance I need anything. And but my wife will be home in about maybe 4 hours from now, 5 hours, about 4.5 hours from now. So I'm okay. And but every time the hospital gives recommendations, they are overly cautious. That's what it is. They want to just be totally safe. And so but I'm fine. I'm sitting on my sofa in front of the TV, and I feel great, man. I feel great, and I feel optimistic. They say I'm wearing this brace, and kind of like elastic. It stretches over, and I'm comfortable, and I have nothing to complain about and everything to be thankful for. And see, right now, at the beginning of this video, I didn't feel the urge to urinate, but now I do. I do. I can feel it. And I know if I stand up, the urge is going to be strong. So, and it wasn't very long ago that I urinated, probably about an hour ago. And so, the doctor warned me about that. He said my bladder is slowly going back to normal. I don't know how long this is going to be. Probably a few weeks, a couple weeks. I don't know. But the number one thing I'm happy about is I do not have the hiccups. It feels good. And I was worried about that 3 straight days. I had the surgery Saturday night, and Sunday, Monday, and yesterday, the hiccups. Good Lord. And at several points, I just gave up on trying to get rid of them. I just sat there and just punch me. So, but I compared it to being a boxer in a ring, just trying to stay on my feet and not fall down, just keep punching me. And but yeah, I'm happy to share my experience with you. And these video vlog entries, they're not just for you, but they're for me. It's something that I'm going to look back upon years from now. And so I'm happy to share that with you. And always, again, if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments section. Or if you want to zap me a private question, my email is Dakota, T as in Todd, P as in Patterson at gmail.com. You're welcome to do that. And so until then, just take care of yourself, be positive, and it'll come through. And you might have to wait. I had to wait 3.5 years. You might have to wait a little longer. That's just the way it is. And just keep in mind, there are very, very, very smart people, these doctors. They're very smart. The surgeon who did it, man, he looked like a kid. I mean, I didn't want to ask, he's kind of rude to ask anyone's age, but he looked like he was in his 20s. And the way he talks, he uses words like cool, man. Oh, that gnarly. That's how he talks. And that's to me how a kid talks. And he's childish, but he's very smart at the same time. And he was probably, well, I know, at that young of an age, being a transplant surgeon, he had to have been one of those like super whiz kids. And I don't know if you remember, but the Andy Griffith show, kind of an old TV show, the little kid, Opie Taylor. That's what he looks like. Opie Taylor. And very enthusiastic, smiles a lot, very energetic. And I could tell he absolutely loves being a surgeon, and which is amazing. And so, and he's definitely the leader of that team because it's a transplant. It's not just one surgeon; it's a team of them. I think it's about five, and he does all the talking. Because when they come in the room, how you doing, man? And everyone kind of just stands behind him, and he does all the talking. And he's like, yeah, yeah, very enthusiastic. And I mean, if you were to see him on the street somewhere, you think, oh, he likes to play video games and just play around. But he's a very, very smart young man, and he is definitely an amazing person to have in this world. And there are many people like him. We just don't meet them. I'm just a normal guy. I'm not like a genius. I'm a pretty smart guy, but I'm not like up there. That young guy is up there. So there's a lot of people like that. They're working on kidney disease advancements. We don't see it. We don't see it on TV. There are people who work behind the scenes. Okay, so keep that in mind. And there's advancements, and but the fact that I was able to stand and walk unassisted. What? We'll say. Let's see. We'll say 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. About 6 hours, 7 hours, 6 or 7 hours post surgery. I'm literally standing. I get up out of the bed unassisted, stood, and they were impressed. They said, "Can you walk?" And I was able to walk, and that's amazing. And I walked all the way around unassisted, and so yeah, so I feel very blessed. And the treatment, if you have kidney disease, which you probably do if you're watching these vlogs, um, feel blessed about the medications and the treatments they have to keep us alive. Because for the past almost 2 years, I had no kidneys. And I'm going to the gym every day, and that's just amazing. So I'm lucky to be here. So I can't preach positivity and optimism enough, and that's just how I am. That's how I am. I can't help it, and I always believe. And anyways, I'm going to make a video later on illustrating and demonstrating, just showing the medications that I'm taking, and because I've heard people express concern about that. Don't be. So until then, I guess over and out. See you later.